I think a lot of respect have to be given to those that just be themselves, because it's easier said than done. Because I think being yourself is something that everybody wants to be.
Yeah.
But if you just really only be yourself and have no filter,
Yeah.
even you are not cancer, I have to call you master.
We're back with another episode of Versusvortex on the couch of wisdom. I've got Mike and Xian. I'm rocking my favorite shirt, which is a caricature of you two. You could also rock this dope drip, as the cool kids say, by going to the store. And of course, for that early access content, hit up the Patreon. Speaking of the Patreons,
Yes.
the patronage here.
Oh.
There is a lot of fighting game history and expertise. And you guys know the old school days when it was really raw and unfiltered. So we're going to discuss today, is there more pressure to be professional as a fighting game player in 2024 compared to days past?
Well,
What say you?
Yes.
I mean, in 2024, I think it's not just pro players. Everybody know. Even patrons as competitor. I saw someone ask me to buy him a coffee, and I thought he wanted a coffee, and I realized that it was a website that works exactly the same way as Patreon. And I saw AI, I saw ChatGPT doing all the work for a lot of people. So in 2024, it's only normal that pro players, have it a harder time. But that's just, to me, it's just common sense, because sponsors, are expecting more nowadays.
Actually, we'll be coming in as a team.
We're here to fix it up. Everybody rock, everybody move.
They very supportive, but they are, the reason they are signing you for content creation. That means you are lucky, because you may not have to win. They are signing you for ESWC or Capcom Cup. You want to hit expectations.
Yeah. When I signed, 2011 Complexity.
Okay.
It was to compete, but they said the main focus was content creation. So I was always trying to stay, in professional form, if you will. That's why on any of the videos back then, never used profanity. I always made sure I didn't. Always try to keep it, because I was always prepared for that. However, I will say there's more pressure now, because the more people are doing everything. The scene has grown. So you want it, there's for Xian's sake too, the pressure you experience playing now is crazy. It's my first loser run in my life. My first loser run. First round loser run in my whole life. My whole life, I never did it in my life. Wow, my life. Oh boy. Quit this game today. I quit this game today. No one gonna ask me to play this game today. No one. I'm playing with no one today. No one's playing this game today. Fuck.
The thing is that even though I don't think some people envy us for having this life, but when I look at the bigger perspective, I try to think that at least our job can't be replaced. AI can't replace us.
Oh, I want to go! No, I don't want to go!
In the
To scare the opponent.
In FGC, there's still a lot of sponsors that we know gives you a free T-shirt, for in exchange, and I still
There's some good t-shirts out there.
Yes.
Are there some things that you cannot do in 2024 that you could have gotten away with in years prior? I'll say the pre-esports era versus now.
I think the biggest change that I always felt the most that I hadn't really been saying was the internet. Back in the days, if you are a creative player, or you have a certain unique play style, or you are good at using underdog characters, or you are just special in your own way, right? You can just shine because like there's no replace, there's no CFN, there's no YouTube, there's no Twitch, That I feel like this era, they really killed the creativity. The down medium kick, dry rush, that it's all because of CFN, because everybody can see what is the most optimal way to play. And of course, that's a lot of gambling, So there's a lot of casino situations where you have to put down into a rock, paper, scissors. And that is really, really bad when your job has a lot of rock, paper, scissors on the line. I know of patterns, I know analytical analysis, I know I'm good at that too, okay? I know what you all mean.
Oh no, hands in the air! Somebody call the Department of Defense!
But you mean you like to rely on my games, on rock, paper, scissors when you both know the option? And then that is consistent. You consistent can get it right.
That's right. You're just having a good month.
Yeah,
right? That's it. That's it. Just because you're still gambling.
Mike, are there any things that you've observed in the courses of time that you could perhaps get away with, not so much now, that you have to do now that you didn't have to do before?
Things you could get away with before technically have not changed now. I don't think that. Not really much has changed. People might be in the comments on this video right now going crazy saying, what are you talking about? Like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. But I mean, could you really do it then? You know what I'm saying? Like, was it really? Like, it wasn't probably okay then. But now it's like, you're not just hanging out with your, small group of friends anymore. Now you're taking that group and you've gone into a larger building. So maybe you want to clean up your act just a little bit, just to not offend everybody in the room. But some people don't, they double down on that and they can, they become more offensive in today's time than they were back then, maybe. And it might work out for them. But I don't think, I think as long as you're always somewhat consistent with yourself, then there's not much you have to change.
Last question for both of you. Is this march towards professionalism, the cleaning up of our scene, good? Is this polish? Is this reservation, the clean image that we put out, the tweets that we save in our draft but never put out? Is that?
Oh my God!
I want to see your...
You don't want to see my drafts, bro. I have, just so y'all know, I have tweeted so many things in my drafts and deleted them. I was like, nope. It used to, at one point I was doing it every day.
Really?
I just had archives of drafts. I might still have some.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, because they can come out anytime. It's not relative on what's happening now. It's just
one day we'll get Snowden or Julian Assange to
yeah,
get into Mike's account to release the files.
Yes, all the drafts. Cleaning up is always okay.
Yeah.
It has its time and place because you're only going to hurt yourself, like with what you say and what you do. I watch, I wouldn't say an unhealthy amount, but I watch a lot of UFC. And one of the things which I love is the president of UFC, Dana White, highly encourages all of their fighters to be themselves. He has a F the media approach, just be yourself. It's your hill to die on, basically. And so some people love some fighters that say the wildest, most offensive things, while others hate them. At the end of the day, everybody has to respect it once they do what they do. So, and I think it's the same in fighting games. There's people, how many people, get or want to see Punk fail, or they want to see low tier God fail and stuff like that. But yet they've amassed their support group just by being themselves, and saying what they want and what they feel. They could care less about what others think. So they clean up appropriate for themselves, but they don't really censor themselves too much. I don't think a person should.
I think a lot of respect have to be given to those that just be themselves, because it's easier said than done. Because I think being yourself is something that everybody wants to be, But if you just really only be yourself and have no filter, even you are not cancer, I have to call you master. Like,
That's the
there's
true
no way.
But
The idea of being yourself
Yeah.
and not get cancer,
Yeah.
without the idea of most people that are successful
Yes.
and they told you that to just be yourself,
Yes.
they actually manage to filter away what is cancerable.
Yes.
Or they live through an era where cancer doesn't have any way to cure it.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a different era right there. And now you have get cancer, you go hospital, you are safe. Now there's a lot of technology already. Yeah. So it's a different kind of, so it's a different era, what I'm trying to say, So nowadays just being yourself is harder than the last era. So, it's just not gonna be the same, because now being yourself also means that you have to filter away at least the minimum, all the dictionary words. You have to go and like use ChatGPT dictionary and to ask, what words can I not say if I want to be myself?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how many words are there, but that they never taught us in school.
Yeah.
I learned it in the
yeah.
FGC.
Yeah. The word you're talking about, I just want to say, since being in Singapore, I realize that's a lot of Singaporeans' favorite word.
Oh, really?
I hear him say it so much. And I notice you never say it on video.
Did
But I
I
just-
ever say it?
I don't think so. But I just think it's so cool to see a word that all of at least the US normalized many years ago. And then all of a sudden, it's inappropriate to say. What word am I talking about? I'm gonna let you guess what it is.
Yeah, it is. Give the absolute. I don't know what the word is.
You don't know what the word is?
Can you tell me what letter it starts with? If it's not too offensive.